Good evening, everybody. We are back with the gunpla video. It's been a little bit of time since I made one, and since we just reached 250 subscribers, I want to make a bit of a special video. Now, originally I had a different build, and before I move forward, yeah, my box was a little damaged, some battle scars, but truthfully, this build was kind of exhausting to build. Now, I recorded a lot of stuff for it, and at some point I had to stop recording and finish the build, mostly because I had things going on. So there's that. And as I said, this is sort of a 250, not really 250 special video. I'll have one down the line later, I promise. But I wanted to really record and just talk about the Zeta Gundam real quick. I've had this in my backlog for some period of time, and I decided why not build it, right? I think I originally did the Zeta, the high grade version of the Zeta in this channel, so I decided why not do the real grade. And I really did enjoy this build, and also I kind of like how you gotta do when I was reading the instruction manual, what caught my attention the most, what you had to go from the legs all the way to the head and the arm. I thought that was a weird way, because generally most real grade you build the frame, or you start with the head and you move downward. It depends on a lot of things, and I knew when coming to building this, I was not excited. See, that's what I mean about the feet. Like, what even is this? You don't start with the feet. You usually start with the head or the chest or the arm, something like that. And truthfully, when I was recording this, I had a lot of issues going on, mostly with the kit itself. My phone was dying, so throughout the video, I do apologize if you do see my charging cable. That's why. And truthfully, even being honest, I was not excited. Prior before really building this kit, I've heard a lot of negative stuff about the real grade Zeta. Now, I really enjoyed the high grade Zeta. I really enjoyed the Verkai Zeta. I know the Verkai Zeta had a little bit of issues, mostly with the legs, but it wasn't a bad build. But when it came to the to the Zeta Gundam, the real grade version of it, I was trust me. When I've heard people say that the Zeta high grade, what's called a grenade, they were not lying. Also, I think of all the Zeta's builds, not the Zeta, but all of the high grades, I only built 3, which is the Mark II Gundam, the Exion, which I think I have a recording that in the channel. I think I already did that video, and I have the Gundam Wing 0 Endless Vault version as my first high grade, and they weren't as bad, right? The Mark II was really good. I heard a lot of good things about it. The Exion was really good. The Wing 0 Endless Vault version, the one with the wing, it wasn't built, but there were certain parts that were a little finicky, and that's what it is. It is what it is. But in the case of the Zeta, I felt that everything about this build was ready to implode on me. Like, I felt like if I just, the slightest touch would break this kid. And I was just disappointed. Like, truthfully, just looking at the build, it isn't bad. It's not in terms of looks, it's not a bad build. But it is not a fun build to build. Because like every time you try to build it, every time you try to put things together, it felt like it was just ready to pop, right? There's been a number of times, right, I didn't show in the recording, where I lost a piece or the piece just popped out. It was not a good time. It was not a good time. And that's a shame, because I like the way the Zeta looks like. I like the high grade Zeta. I love the Verkai Zeta. But the real grade Zeta deserves sort of like a new edition. You know how like in the original Gundam, the RX real grade has like 1.0, 1.5, or 2.0? I think the Zeta deserves that. Big time. I would even say that maybe the Zeta real grade should be just a tad bigger, just for the parts. Because I felt that because how small the real grades are, I felt that for certain builds, it's not a problem, right? Especially if they don't transform or waveform, right? then it's an easier build. But in the case of the Zeta, I can see why people put this so low on a lot of real great lists. I get it. And it explains why I got this for so cheap. This was like $24 at Hobby Lobby. It was just a steal for real grades. I got this when they were on sale for 40% off. What made it like $14. And I feel like I was still paying too much for that. You know, it's a little too much. Like it's not that the price is bad for what I bought it for. I think the price was okay, but you know, if you're gonna buy the Zeta real grade or you really like the Zeta, wait till it's on sale. Don't pay. If you're paying like more than like $24, don't wait till it's on sale. Go to a Hobby Lobby, right, and like pay $14, right? Because originally it was like $34, and then it dropped down to its current price at $24. Yeah, so really, that's all really I can say. Like, at the end of the day, if you're looking for a Zeta, go for the higher grade or save a little bit of money and go for a master grade over the real grade. And it's a shame because I really do like real grade. In this case, and especially if you want to build real grade for the first time, don't build this. Don't build this. This can be like your 10th or maybe your 11th build, but not like your first or your third, not even your 5th or 6th or 7th build. This is something you build more down the line when you're much more competent in building stuff with inner frames, right? Like, I would recommend the Gundam Exion as your first real grade, if anything else. And I think that's a shame. But I hope everybody liked this video. There's a little bit more I can talk about, right? I would say if there's any positive, I would say that I do like the coloring. I do like the feel of the model, but I don't like how poppy it can be. It takes forever. It really is a hand grenade in a gunpla form. And because of that, and I've said this so many times, I don't recommend. See, there's my charger. But yeah, overall, I give it not a good grade. And when we're comparing it to the master grade and another real grade of the Zeta line, go with the Mark II Zeta. It's a lot more easier. It's a much more sturdy build. Same thing with the master grade, right? They are a lot better. And then I just wanted to show off my Zeta grade a lot more. So there's that. Not my Zeta grade, my Verkai grade. I just wanted to show off. With that being said, I hope you all have a good one. Be safe and God bless. Till next time, see ya.